What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Not
another damn
another
podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
episode 247, kid.
Yes.
Hey.
Getting up there.
What a weird ass fucking weekend weather-wise. Say that 3 times fast. Weird weather-wise.
Weather-wise.
Yeah, 3 times fast.
Oh Lord.
So what was it? Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday we had the snow advisory and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Was it something like that?
Yeah.
And Thursday the snow advisory. And by the time we're recording this, it's like 50 degrees outside. Snow.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell?
Like, what a weird week. Like, what? And then before that, it was like 50 or something like that as well, too. Yeah. Now we got hit with the advisory, and now pretty much all of that snow is gone.
All that snow is gone.
What a weird.
So get your dibs out. Get your dibs off the street.
Somebody posted. Was it the alderman that's trying to get rid of?
It was an I forget what.
Like you can't put preemptive dibs, and so he tweeted that out. That people put their dibs like when the advisory came the night before, like, and I kind of agree with him on that. Like, that's not how dibs work. Dibs are like for the people that put the work in. If you shovel a spot out, you put your dib there. You can't put it there before the storm hits.
Before the snoring, yeah.
Nah, bruh. That don't work.
Like, that's not the code. That's not the code.
The purpose is like, yeah, you put that work in. Of course, like you shovel the shit out of that spot. You don't want somebody to just jump in there. That's right. Dib there.
It takes time to shove out the spot.
You can't claim a spot before the snow comes.
Yeah.
Because like he posted it. He says no such thing as preemptive dibs. But he took it that step first. Said that's why we need to get rid of the dibs. Like, because he did post a pick of spots like the day before, like, you know, because all that snow had melted from before.
Right.
So like these spots are like empty as shit. It's like man,
it's almost 60 degrees that one day. It was almost 60.
Dibs out. It's like nah, dibs are for the people.
No, you can't do that.
If you shoveled you a spot out, use your dib. If not,
but dibs are legally binding contracts.
That's a legally binding contract.
It is. Dibs are to me.
There, you don't touch it.
Because somebody was trying, like some alderman was trying to say, like, no, if they see like dibs out there, they said they were going to throw people's dibs away. I said, you trying to get someone shot because
if somebody did put out the pic that said that there's no such thing as preemptive dibs. It's probably the same alderman. I forgot his name.
Somebody didn't know that though. But like if somebody didn't know that and then they just parked there and you come back and your car is vandalized, all because the alderman threw away a dib and you didn't know it was a dib there. Like, come on, you can't do that. You can't throw out stuff and do that. Respect the dib.
But there is no such thing as preemptive dibs. Dibs are people that put the work in.
Yeah, no preemptive dibs. I agree with that part, but respect the dibs.
I was okay, that I get, but like I don't know about getting rid of them totally. But
no, don't get
ones, like you can move those if you put it there and there's no snow on the ground. Yeah, move that shit out of the way. I have no problem with that.
So take your lawn chairs, your computer desks, whatever, your children's toys. I saw a car seat outside. I've seen all type of crazy things, like on my block.
All the snow melted again. Yeah, so there we go. Crazy ass weekend weather-wise. Well, let's get right into it, kid. Dun-na-na. Where you want to start? What's the bigger news? All-Star Weekend or the Bulls? Where you want to start it?
We can do the Bulls first, and then we can circle back to All-Star Week.
Hey, Chicago Bulls. For those that don't know, a trade deadline just passed, a week or so ago, a little over a week, a week and a half at this point as we record this,
And we're in buyout season.
And it's buyout season is what I'm getting next. Like, so the Bulls sat pat. They didn't make any moves. Like, pun intended, they sat pat. Yeah, pun intended. They didn't make any moves there because that's a name that had come up in a few trade rumors was Pat Williams. Like, but the Bulls
and Kobe White.
They stood. Kobe White and Pat Williams were the names that came up, and Derrick Jones Jr. Those 3 names came with the most.
Stupid. Stupid people said that.
Bulls stayed pat, and then sure enough, Indiana Pacers bought out Tristan Thompson. Bulls been looking for a big. He fits the mold. He's the perfect big for what this roster needs.
Yes.
Rebounding, defense, toughness. Yeah, he got size.
And he's a champion.
champion.
He's winning rings. So
yeah, with the Cavaliers. Yeah,
he's winning rings. So
went to like he was part of those 4 straight finals teams.
With LeBron, yeah.
Finals 4 years in a row. Yeah, so battle tested. And another thing that people didn't mention is like, dude is like, he's only 30 years old. So
yeah, he's only 30. Yeah, he's still pretty
not
young.
old and washed. He's still pretty young.
Yeah, he's still pretty young.
Like he said, he's just been in the league so long. It seems like because he came in so young. He was like what?
Yeah, 19? He was like 19 when he came in, so he was very young.
Like, yeah, he seems older than he is, but like like dude is only like 30.
He's only 30. He's only 30.
He still got some good years ahead of him. So
yeah, it's like 30 is like the age where like you're really hitting your stride. Like as an athlete,
that's
you're really hitting it. Like you really are hitting. That's like you on cruise control now. When you hit 30.
To like probably 32 or 3. That's your
that you're cruising. You're cruising now. And then after like when you start like 34, 35, then you
the decline starts depending like around 33, 34. That's
like 34. This is what you start doing.
And then
LeBron's just a freak of nature. He's just the exception, but
Brian is probably just hanging around long enough. He wants
for his son. He is. He is for his son.
He's gonna pull some strings, like whatever. He's gonna make sure that his son ends up home.
And Chris Paul is like another unicorn too, because he's like 36 and he still is kicking ass. You know, there's a few people out there who can still kick ass and be past the prime age or whatever.
That's what I like about the Tristan Thompson signing with the Bulls is it gives the Bulls more options. Like first of all, for injury, like if Vucevic injury or if Vucevic is just sitting because of load management, like
load management, yep.
9 up, you can start Tristan on those days. Like he's good enough to start on the team. You can start him on the days when Vuce is sitting, whether for injury or for load management. Like go ahead.
Bradley, no shade.
Bradley, you don't want to ever start him.
Somebody said Sarah Bradley, no shade.
You start him because you have to.
Because I remember, what was that? It was one game where like nobody was in there. I'm like, oh my God. Like when I was looking at the starting lineup, I'm like, oh my God. Like, look at this. like man, we about to go to the G League next to like for this because like everybody was either out for injury or COVID.
Look at that Bulls like with Archie Diacono and fucking looking like that lineup. I was like, looking like those Bulls.
I was like, man, I had PTSD from that. I had flashbacks. I was like, I don't want to see that no more. But Tristan, I'm happy about this signing.
It comes right on time, especially as the other guys start getting healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with a full lineup, I have it. You could do some damage with the lineup. Because just start with the starters. You got Lonzo, you got Zach, you got DeRozan, you could have Pat Will and Vooch. That's your starting 5 there.
That's kick ass.
Then second unit, Alex Caruso. You have Kobe White. You have Ayo DeSanto. You have Javonte Green and Tristan.
That's boss.
It's not even counting like you got extra. You could throw Derrick Jones Jr.
If
you need him. Yeah, like.
Which McCall can hit you a couple of threes here and there. Matt Thomas can hit a couple of threes here and there. Drop him in.
Yeah, you got other options.
Yeah, you got other options.
Well, like just those first 2 lineups are solid. I'm like, once everybody gets healthy, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty kick-ass, right?
Because they can run those 3 together. That's the one I keep on saying. I want to see Ayo, Caruso, and Kobe all on the floor together. I want to see them run the second unit. They can run that second unit.
Especially with Caruso being the floor general and then
Ayo could play the 3.
He could dish to either of those guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Kobe is good off the ball. He had 31 points in his last game. Mm-hmm. So can we shut up about trading Kobe now? Shut up about trading Kobe. Shut up about trading Kobe.
Yeah, so it's a done deal. Because like the one that kept coming up was Jaren Grant, but it's too much to get him though.
Right, I was like, why?
Jaren Grant fits the team and the timeline, but you're not giving up Pat Williams and Kobe White.
Kobe White. That's too much.
That's a lot for him.
So. Why?
And then another try I'd seen was Derrick Jones Jr. and Kobe White. That's more in line, but even that's kind of
it's too much.
For just if you get somebody else, like, but not just him. No, that's even that's
just Jaren Grant. Because my thing I kept on saying, I was like, Acme are architects. They know what they're doing. They're architects. I was like, they're going to get a cheap bid. That's what we need. We just need a cheap bid. Somebody we can buy. Cheap bid.
There's gonna be some tanking team that's dumping all their veterans. And Indiana is that team.
Because lest we forget, Zach is due for his money. We gotta sign Zach still. Zach is getting $200 million.
You gotta save that money. You can't
Zach is getting his money. What are we doing?
All willy nilly is like, you gotta.
If I'm gonna slap your money, I think that Zach gonna stay for for a small amount. Like, no, people are gonna be
cut last time when he resigned. When he resigned before, he was just coming off his ACL injury. So he took less then. It's like, so now
Zach
he's a two-time All-Star.
He's an Olympian. He's an Olympian, a two-time All-Star.
He's getting this, and he's averaging.
He's in the top 10 of scoring.
Averaging 27. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's in the top 10 of scoring.
Dude is getting his paper.
He's getting his money. He getting his 200 easy. He getting 200 million easy.
I hope it's I hope it's a painless signing. Hope 12:01 they announce the re-signing. Because with your own players is not tampering, you could talk to them it's like other players. So you can announce those right after. I
hope it says 12:04. Zach LaVine has signed with the Bulls.
Yeah, you don't have to be bullshit around. You could announce that immediately because it's your own play. You could talk to your own players. It's that's not tampering. He's already a Bull, so yeah. So you could talk you can't talk to other teams play. That's considered tampering. Yeah, but if they announce that immediately, 12:01 Zach LaVine signs a max deal. It's that's what I want.
Give Zach his money.
With Curry, they announced this shit right away. And Steph Curry.
Hopefully, we might be hoisting number 7 in June. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully, I'm putting that energy out there. Let's hoist 7 in June. Number seven.
Y'all a healthy Bulls look. That's where I'm at.
Number 7. Come on. I'm thinking positive. I'm trying to put that positive energy. We need to stay healthy. That's the Bulls' biggest draw is that they can't stay healthy. Health is the key right now. Stay healthy. Get these guys healthy so they can run the floor. Keep on doing them, stacking their wins. Positions matter. I keep on saying that. I would like to see the Bulls stay in a 1 to 3 spot. If they don't go below 3, I think that they're pretty safe.
They've been there for the majority of the season.
Yeah, they've been there.
Outside of the very beginning, they've pretty much been.
They've been pretty much in the
top 3,
1, 2, pretty much. They've been in the top
at that time.
Their majority is 1. They're 2 now, so yeah. But if they stay in that, because the 4-5 is where it gets tricky because. My thing is, I want Milwaukee and Philadelphia to be in the 4-5. That's what I want because they can knock each other out.
Especially get Philly the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because I want whoever is I want Philly to be in a 4 or 5 spot because I want whoever just to beat.
But guess what? Even if you do have
them up,
guess what? Tristan helps with that too.
He does, yeah, because we were getting killed with size. Embiid was killing us.
Put him on Embiid, and he'll help with that. Yeah, Tristan help with that too. If you do have,
I still want to avoid if I can.
Having Tristan, it helps with that too. Yeah, that's
right. Because my thing is, I don't want if I need to see some of these people, I don't want to see people to the conference. If we can avoid seeing certain teams to the conference finals, that would be the ideal thing. So while they're getting beat up in earlier rounds, we can kind of. Now we're fresh. Now you kind of beat up.
So official FYI, the Bulls signed him early Sunday. So
I saw that. I was like, yeah.
Not just the rumor. Tristan Thompson is actually a Chicago Bull.
And ironically, Rick Carlisle was the one who broke the news. They were this is the first time in history where the Pacers coach, broke it. He said, yeah, we're about to waive him, and then once we waive him, he signed with the Bulls. When he said that, and when they told Billy Donovan that in his press conference for their last game, Billy Donovan was like, well, damn, Donovan he said, I don't have any Pacers news. I don't have anything about the Pacers that I know. So that's what Billy Donovan was like. He was looking like, oh, okay.
As far as McKinney, hey, sorry for you. You had
sorry, Chi-Town.
You had to run, but hey. Tristan Devin. I'm just saying.
I get it.
Sorry, McKinney.
I said that he was going to be the one. He was like, who's going to be the one? I was like, McKinney.
They got to free up a spot for somebody.
I was like, McKinney. It's going to be McKinney. He was like, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Troy Brown Jr.? Is it going to be Bradley? People are trying to figure out who it's going to be. I was like, it's going to be McKinney.
I get why that one. I get why you don't want to let Bradley go too, because for insurance.
Yeah.
You want to have a third big. You want to have.
His thing is. Yeah. I know we like to Jones on him, but we like to joke on him and stuff like that. But it's the thing that we always say, he has bad hands. Sometimes because he can make a move, but then sometimes his hands, he looks like he's holding like the ball with like oven mitts. Sometimes, like he's like the way he handles it. Sometimes, like he looks a little, you know, he needs to work on the hand.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
He bury him way at the end of the bench. Yeah. And then only put one of those other guys can't play.
And Bradley is another one. We need to get him in, you know, get him in some MMA stuff, because if another Grayson Allen incident happens, Bradley, you checking in, you whipping some ass. So you get thrown out, we don't care. We need you need to tough it up. We need somebody like that.
You have to pay that man under the table. They give you $2 million off the books and shit. Like, just go now. You have something like that.
Because everybody needs a player like that on their team.
They doing it in the NFL. They giving coaches like 6 figures to tank games. I'm just saying. I don't know why that wasn't a bigger story. They were talking about the whole like the racist and lack of black coaches, but
lack of black coaches.
Totally no soul. That shit is like they offered him like $100,000.
They offer you money to like basically drop a game.
Why is nobody talking about that? That they paying coaches to lose games on purpose? Why is that not a big? That's where my mind.
Well, the mob versus anyway, so you know we know where it is. We know where it is.
Bears just suck. They weren't taking. It's like they just weren't good. It's like,
yeah, we were just awful. The Bears were just awful.
Yeah,
they're like we didn't get paid nothing. Nagy said, I ain't getting paid.
Nagy, he's like, where's my secret? He was looking like, he was like, hey, what about me?
Every team needs, like we said, every team needs that bum that sits at the end of the bench. And then you can come in. So if like it starts, somebody hard fouls DeRozan or Levine, you get checked in and you whip some ass. That's what you need to do.
Slides him like $500,000 under the table. Like,
so when you under the basket for position, you do one of these to the face.
So like here, like for your suspension, here's a little something. Like so
this is what you do.
Yeah.
You grab a rebound. You do like this when you grab your rebound. You elbow the shit out of somebody in the chin.
Bring Bill Cartwright back is what you saying.
That's what you do. I'm just saying.
Remember Cartwright
was deadly
almost ended Hakeem Olajuwon's career.
He did. I was to say, did he almost end Hakeem Olajuwon's life?
The elbows would kill her and shit.
The elbows.
Cartwright.
He had them bows. Oh, them bows.
Bradley might be Cartwright's son. Let's do it.
We need that though. That's what we need. A tough guy to do that.
We talked Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the 75 greatest players of all time. All-Star Weekend, we right in the middle of it right now as we record this.
75.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
75. I caught the tail end where they did the 75 draft. Like I hope it's posted somewhere. Like I didn't see the whole thing, but like you know how they did like back years ago when they did the All-Star draft with like Reggie Miller and Kenny.
Oh yeah, and he said Allen Iverson,
McHale and Chuck. You remember that? Yeah, they did another
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, with they had the TNT guys were like working together. It's like Jerry West was one of the GMs.
Oh, nice.
They had like DL Hughley was on there as one of them. It was just like people.
I'm gonna look that up because I missed that totally. I missed it all the way.
Caught like the last like 10 minutes of it because I didn't know it was on. So, like, when I turned the TV on to get ready for All-Star Saturday night, I saw the end. I was like, oh, I'd have watched this whole thing. I'm into shit like that.
Right, me too.
Quavo was like one of the GMs celebrity games, so he was one of the GMs. Yeah, but they put the teams together and all of that, and they had like all of the 75 greatest. They had like 10 GMs, like for like each, like they putting their team together. They had a few wild cards mixed in there too, like players that didn't make the 75th team. They had a couple, but it's pretty fun. Oh yeah, so I gotta watch the whole thing. I caught the tail end of it. I was like, I wish I'd have seen all of this.
Yeah.
Like that. And like Ernie hosted again, like before. It's like, yeah, like he hosted.
Ernie is just a class act. Ernie is just great. Everybody loves Ernie. He's just great. He is.
Mm-hmm. So that was that. Celebrity game. I didn't see any of the celebrity game. I saw highlights. I know
I watched some of it.
Highlights of that.
They was out there breaking, looking bad.
Except when Artie Duncan played. That's the only time.
Yeah, Artie Duncan, I was like, oh, he got hops.
That's like other than that, like these celebrity games typically they not gonna get that much good basketball.
Why was he draining threes though? Like he was draining threes out there. I was like, what?
Exactly. He used to be the Chicago superintendent for the
superintendent. I was like, who knew? So are the kids gonna be like, cross you up?
He won the MVP of the game in 1 year when he was hitting them threes.
So if he went over to like Simeon, they might be like, they should have.
When Roxy played, I remember that. Yeah. She definitely put up some bricks the year she played.
Somebody like airball both of their free throws. I was like, they didn't touch this. It's just airball.
I feel like the old school ones from back in the day with like when Jaleel White was in it and Bell.
Oh yeah, Jaleel White could ball. He could ball.
Like Michael Bivens was ball. I remember those days.
Rich McCall was terrible. Will Smith was terrible. He couldn't play at all.
Well, we saw him put that brick up in the opening of freshman. Feeling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and I'm shooting some b-ball outside of the school. It's like he put the brick, hits the bully and shit, and that's how the fight starts. Because he put that brick. Yeah, he made the shot. Then the fight, he would have never got sent to Bel Air. There you go. That's what happened. him being bad at basketball is what got him sent to Bel Air.
Yeah, he can't hoop. Okay. But yeah, though it was okay. And then the Rising Star
Saturday night, we're gonna talk about it.
Rising Star was pretty good. So like Io got to, we got to see Io.
Rick Barry's team won. Yeah, Io was with Gary Team Payton. They got bounced in the first round.
Yeah, the glove. But I'm sure that he got a lot of knowledge because that's what he said he was looking most. He said he was looking most forward to that because he was like, I love that I'm under the glove. He was like, oh man, who wouldn't want to be under him? I'm like, so I am going to be taking notes. So get all that Gary Payton energy, get all that. Pick his brain. Yeah, I'll pick his brain.
Of all time, one of the top 50 top 75 players, I should say. Now, yeah,
Payton. Put the glove on.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Or some Michael, you can't tell Mike that shit. He's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting under the learning tree.
Wait, laughs.
You got a fucking meme out of it though. So Rising Star, Barry won with Cade Cunningham took home the MVP of the Rising Star Challenge. I like Cade, even though I'm not a Piston fan, but I think Cade, I gotta roast my Pistons. I know some Detroit folks, and I gotta roast them. But y'all got a good one with Cade. It's like, yeah, y'all got
they got hope, they got potential,
got a future star. Yeah, they rebuild mode. So yeah,
they got future. They got you guys.
Like when the Bulls first got Zach, it's like the Bulls they were terrible then, but yeah, they were in rebuild mode. So now look at where the Bulls are at.
Yeah, we were terrible. Pistons, we remain humble because it wasn't that long ago where we wasn't. Because even just a year ago, we were still losing a lot of games. Even a year ago,
think about that.
Even a year ago, we still lost a lot of games.
You still were bad. You missed the playoffs, yeah. But think about.
So we remain humble as Bulls fans. We remain humble. We do. We're humble.
And Anton Daniels, he's a huge Piston fan as well. I wonder if he's at All-Star Weekend. I haven't checked his page.
He probably is.
He's probably out there.
But what you call it? That Saturday night. Well, let's just say.
What do you think about the new format for the skills challenge?
The skills challenge. I kind of like it. Like I said, because when they were describing it, like when they had it written out, I was like, what the hell is this? Because the way that it was written out, because it was just like a lot of verbiage. But then once they actually started doing it, because like I'm visual about stuff, because sometimes when you see stuff written out, it's like, what? And then when you just see it visual, like, oh, why did they just say you do so-and-so? Like, okay. Like, I kind of like the format.
You shot threes, then you did the pass. Yeah, you did the little obstacle course.
You go around, yeah.
Then the tiebreaker was the half court shot or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
That's how it
went. Final shot, yeah. Half court. And it was like whoever makes the half court. Yeah, like you had a minute and 30 seconds to make it or whatever. The half court.
Three teams. It was the Antetokounmpo brothers. It was the Cavaliers and then the Rooks, like Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and who's the
Giddy is his name.
And yeah.
His name. Yeah.
I was like,
he was good. Like the Giddy boy, he was good. Yeah. The Antetokounmpos didn't show out like how they thought they was going to show out. I thought the Antetokounmpos was going to show out more, but they.
No, Mobley was on the Cavaliers. I took that back. Yeah, I said he was on the.
Yeah, Mobley was on the Cavaliers. Yeah,
he's a rookie, but he plays for Cleveland, so he was on.
Because it was Allen.
They had the Fro, Jared Allen. They had Evan Mobley, and they had Darius Garland.
Oh, Darius Garland, he a killer. He a killer.
They got a good one with that pick.
Yeah, he a killer.
Got a good
yes.
That was a hell of a pick up there.
I mean, I kind of did like the new format. Like I did like it. Like it was
grow on me, but I'm good with it. Yeah, because
it was different.
I didn't understand it. Then I watched. It was like, oh, okay.
Right. So because when they have it written out, it's like no one understood what it was saying written out. But then when you watch it, it's like, oh.
I guess the previous version, and maybe it run its course or whatever, with like having one guy do everything together. So they probably just want to shake things up.
Just want to shake it up, yeah.
Things up a little bit.
Just want to shake it up.
Every few.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
3-point contest, I always enjoy. That's like my favorite one.
Congrats going out to the team Cavs who took home.
Oh, Cavs, yeah, the Cavs won. Congrats, team Cavs.
Challenge, and let's get to the 3-point shootout. That was it. Yeah, Zach LaVine, Chicago Bulls repped. Rockford's own Fred VanVleet. I got to shout out Rockford. I know Rockford was disappointed. Fred, he didn't do that good. Yeah, he got up to a shaky start.
And Zach didn't do that good. Zach ran out of gas because Zach started off strong, but then he just. And they was like he did just get his knee drained. That's what Reggie Miller kept saying. He did just get his knee drained. So like we're gonna go with that. That his knee was still a little bit.
Fred hit the side of the backboard. I was like, oh, that's not good for Rockford.
Yeah, when Fred started out, that's how he started. He started getting.
He like missed the ball the first one. He like you focus, you're not there. So he like kind of like he got the ball wasn't totally in his hands. So it's slapped the side of the backboard. It's like yeah. So then Fred got bounced early.
CJ McCollum.
The new New Orleans Pelican. Yeah.
New Orleans Pelican, yeah.
That's hard.
Patty
Mills repping the Nets. Brooklyn. Also, let's go with the champion, yeah. The big man, your guy, Mr. Cat. Towns took it home, baby.
He made history with that, right? Well, not his, but I mean, he's like the first big who was done in
forever.
Forever, yeah. Like
would Larry Bird be considered a big? I guess I don't know.
Yeah, he would.
Like 6'9". I guess. But
he'd be considered big. He's a small forward. Yeah, he's a big. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like because the finalist was him, Kennard, and who's the third finalist? Was it Garland? Or was Garland in it? I don't know.
I don't think Garland was in it. I'm trying to remember. I know
Luke Kennard from the Clippers was
Kennard because he was shooting. Kennard was shooting his ass off.
Yeah, until Cat went.
Trae Young.
Trae Young. Thanks, Trae. Yeah, I knew it was a small guard. It wasn't Garland.
Because Trae started he started a little shaky, but then once he warmed up, because when he first started shooting, he was looking bad. Marcus was like, "Yeah, he is ice right now. He is ice cold. He's like, he ice right now." And then he warmed up, and then after he got to, he was like,
"That's the finals after that shit."
Then he warmed up, and it's like there he did the little ice. Yeah, because he is ice wire. He is. But yeah, it was a good shootout because in his final round, Cat set the record. Now he made 29. Because he was like, yeah, he was locked in. So it showed that big men can shoot. I know Shaq is probably like, even like that, but big men can shoot now. The game has changed. Big men shoot the three now. So
that's the good. Let's get that right now then.
So it started off with the skills challenge. Okay, this is good. And then 3-point. Okay, this is really good. And then we did this for the dunk contest.
Before we get the shovels out and bury this thing, let's congratulate the New York Knicks Obi Toppin. He took home the dunk championship. That's
who Marcus predicted, but
that's pretty much all good. I gotta say, I congratulate the young man.
And Marcus
he was the best out of those dunkers. I give him that. Like
Marcus said. When I said who you think is going to win, because I didn't know any of those guys, and Marcus was like, Obi Toppin is going to win. Marcus said he's going to win. That
was who I was leaning towards too, was Obi.
And then I said, well, I guess you were right.
Cole Anthony I like too because I remember
Greg Anthony's son. Yeah.
So like Cole Anthony, I was like, I wouldn't mind if he took it, but Obi Toppin.
When I said that to Marcus, I was like, well, you were right. He was like, that's like the charade at house party, like she the fires won. That ain't hard to be. Like he said, it was like that. Like Obi Toppin won. That was hard to be in that bunch, basically, because it was dismal. It was like
they really need to just stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's like just go back to it was back in the day. Like you get one attempt. If you miss it, you move on to the next guy.
Exactly.
It's like
there's 3 attempts.
like this 3 attempt shit. And at one point they had a clock on there years ago. Like stop trying to reinvent the shit.
Then they had the wheel. Remember when they did the wheel a couple years back? You had to like do the wheel to like pick the duck. That was what you had to do.
Yeah, that was silly and shit. That wheel.
The wheel.
They had the team dunk thing at one point where you had 3 motherfuckers working in tandem and shit. That was stupid and shit. Yeah.
Like, what is this?
It's like
this dunk contest. Like, borrowed from Comic Book Guy, this was the worst dunk contest ever. Worst ever. Like, to me, this is the worst one I've ever seen. If it's anyone that was worse than this,
it's a pretty bad one.
Maybe I'm just not thinking of it, but just my frontal.
You're not old enough, you don't remember when Brent Barry won a dunk contest.
Oh yeah, when Bones won.
Like this was one of them. No,
this one was awful. Yeah. This was absolutely awful because first of all, no one made their dunk on the first time. Nobody.
It was no 50s whatsoever. Like this is the first time in a long time nobody got a 50.
It was nobody made it on the first time, and then
at least one person should like get all of the judge.
And then a couple of people even missed all 3 of this. So like the most you can get is a 30. You're going to get 6s across the board because that happened twice.
The first moment of the night was yikes. I can't even think of his name. Fucking now, yeah.
The green guy.
The Jalen Green, I believe.
I think so. I think that's his name. Because he came out with a grill like he was going to do something like his grill, like when they were introducing the crew, and he had his grill.
I forgot who was even in the contest. I remember.
And then he had a what was that? What's it called? NFT on his neck or whatever.
The NFT Isaiah Thomas and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave his NFT to Isaiah Thomas. Like he put on this whole bit production, and then you missed all your dunks.
He took it like I said. That's why you get rid of this attempt shit. It's like what counts as an attempt and shit? Because dude had to dunk like at least like 10 or 15 times. It's like you get 3 shots. It's like but some of those that doesn't count.
That doesn't count because like if you don't touch the rim or try to go in the rim, then I guess it doesn't
go
count.
up. It doesn't count. If you just run,
you go up and then you jump back. Yeah. If you realize that you don't have the height to like alley oop it up or whatever,
like throw the ball down for it to be considered an attempt, I guess. Yeah. But. He's just go back.
He was trying to have I don't know who it was throwing to him. Was it his cousin? It was because like that person they kept on throwing the oop low. I don't know what was going on. It was bad.
That's why you need your point guard to oop it up to you. That's what.
It was bad. It was very bad. I don't know. Like, and then at one point when they showed the audience. Like I saw Guy Fieri from Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives. Like it like he was about to smoke a cigar because he had a cigar out and he was like I mean, everybody was just bored because after a while you miss all these dunks in a row. Everybody like the crowd just started getting restless. You could tell the crowd was out of the game, was out of the contest by then. You could just tell because they were like this. The crowd was like
it's dragging too long too. That's because of all of the attempts. You killed the crowd with that shit. And everybody knows that even the announcers were roasting it. Like Reggie Miller, and everyone's like, hey, like the 3-point contest needs to go on last because this is terrible.
And that's what I've been saying. I'm like, put the 3-point contest last. Hide this in the middle. Hide this garbage in the middle.
Kind of like at the end, like if I was there, then you could leave early. That's why
I'm about to say, like, I'm surprised people weren't leaving because it was that bad.
Like it the way it is. Like you see the 3-point and then, but okay, now we can leave now. Yeah, that's why because you can beat the traffic and just avoid the dunk contest. Like,
it was that bad. It was very bad. Like if you want to look at worst, one of the watch this contest.
Or not, or don't watch it. It's like, or don't.
Or don't watch it.
I would say not watch it, but you like trash.
It was bad. It was really bad. It was awful.
I congratulate the young man Obi Toppin, but
congratulations to him. But
other than that, Vince Carter, this was not Jordan and Dominique.
Somebody did try to do the Vince Carter arm in the net, and they couldn't get the arm in, and it was like, what are you doing? Like they were trying to do the Vince Carter net, and like, no. It was bad.
It was not Jordan and Dominique.
Then I saw the petition saying bring back Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I saw that.
That's the last good dunk contest. That
was the last good dunk. That was what 2016. I want to say something like that. Mm-hmm. It's like 5-6 years. Like it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute since we had the dunk contest.
Yeah, see that said that was the last good one. It's like
it was. So we may need to bring them back.
All time is still Vince Carter. That's the one. Like with I was like, okay, this is, and that's the one. Like I said, that's the meme that's out there. Because the Vince Carter one is when Shaq makes the face. That's that year. It's like, and then like the current Shaq face. Matter of fact, it's gonna be the picture we use for the fucking for the thumbnail right here. Let's go, kid. Go, kid. You do Shaq, I do fucking.
Okay.
You do old Shaq, I do young Shaq.
Okay.
I do old Shaq, you do young Shaq. There we go. That's it. We using that.
He was like, oh. And then Shaq, like when they put the camera on Shaq, he just is like.
We do it again. I want to do it. I want to look disgusted. All right, let's go again. Go ahead. That's it.
He was like, oh.
Yeah, that was the Vince Carter year when he was.
Yeah, because he has like
his like evolution of the dunk contest.
Those cameras were in the, you know, the little they had that the little camcorder, and he was like filled with the little camcorder.
Can you see like Shaq and all? I only think LeBron was there. That's how bad it was. He said, "I'm not going to that shit." LeBron James is not going to that shit. He's like, he's not
awful.
I don't even think he was there. Like LeBron, KD, I didn't see like say where the stars. I saw DeRozan there. I saw DeRozan there. Yeah.
Yeah, because Zach was in the 3-point contest. That's why he was there to support Zach. Yeah.
I was like, LeBron.
Yeah, he was there to support Zach. Yeah.
They were at the hotel chilling somewhere. I was like, nah,
I ain't going to this.
I'm not going to that shit. I saw Rudy Gobert. He was there. Like some people, because I saw he had like this fucking fur coat on. That's why I noticed him. I saw Gobert. Yeah.
Jake from State Farm was there. Jake. That was Jake from State Farm.
I was watching with my lady. She was like, he don't play basketball. I was like, what's all-star? So like, yeah, you know, you don't have to be a basketball player to go to the shit. She did. Like, you know, why when they showed him watching that, why he ain't play? Because they showed the players coming in. She's like, he don't play
right.
Well, he says Jake from State Farm. So, so hey,
he was rocking his little outfit, his little two-tone, whatever.
Hangs out with the new Chris Paul. The new Chris Paul should have been there. He wasn't there. I ain't see
the new Chris Paul.
Yeah, Alfonso Ribeiro over there. The new Chris Paul wasn't there. But dunk contest. Dun, 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 dun.
Put that sound effect.
If I had it, I'll play it now.
I put that. Put that on my page.
You talk, I'm gonna find it.
I said this dunk contest. If this was a sound, and I put that up. Boom, 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 boom. See, we think alike. That's why I put on my Facebook when this contest was going on. Do 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 do. Boom.
It definitely deserves one of these and shit.
Oh my gosh. Awful. Just awful, 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 awful.
I can't even find it now.
Since you did open the door by Alfonso Ribeiro, have you had a chance to watch the new Bel-Air?
I haven't watched Bel-Air, but guess what? I haven't watched the new Bel-Air, but I did find the shit. So let me. I'm definitely playing this shit. Hold on, let me get it.
Ready?
I hear it in the background. I'm not gonna put it on the screen, but I will just play it in the background. If you hear it, let me know. But yeah, this is how I feel about this dunk contest right now.
I heard it. Boom, 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 boom.
But yeah, I haven't watched Bel-Air on Peacock, but I've been hearing good shit about it.
It is, because I was kind of like, I was like, another reboot, and then it's not a comedy. It's
like
drama.
A reimagining. That's what I had heard years ago, not years ago, like about a year ago when a year ago, like when I heard him talking about this. It's talking about doing a reimagining of it. Yeah, so it's like
reimagining of it. And I'm like,
version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like,
and I was kind of on the fence about. I was like, I don't know, because the Fresh Prince is such a classic show. So to reimagine it as like something gritty, it's like, is this gonna work? But actually, like, they do have 4 episodes up now that you can watch. I watched all 4 episodes that are available, and it was good. Like, I like the reimagining of the characters. What I like about the characters is that a lot of them I feel, really got into character. Like the Aunt Viv that they have, she actually sounds like Janet Hubert Whitton, like when she was delivering some of her live. The young man playing Will Smith, he like sounded like, yeah, I'm gonna feel like the way like he like his tenacious voice, he actually sounded like Will. You see what I mean? Like someone like the way that they do their speech. Ashley actually sounded like Tatiana Ali.
They did their
like,
homework.
Hey, Cousin Will, you know, like the way they spoke, they sounded like the original character. So I did like that feel of it. But I did enjoy the new
actress they got to play Vi. She reminded me of Renee Watson.
Yeah, she liked Renee because for haircut. Yeah, she liked Renee Watson. She did.
Of the original Vi. I'm like, okay, they cast her.
Yeah.
Her aura, and she even looked a little bit like her too. But she reminded me of Renee Watson, the actress they got to play.
So they did good casting, I feel. And then there was some Easter eggs in there. Like if you watch it, you'll see like drops from like the original series, and you'll be like, you'll have those moments when you're watching it. If you were an avid Fresh Prince watcher, basically, you'll pick up on certain things.
I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8. Let's go, man.
Uncle Phil isn't big anymore. Like he's regular size. He's a regular size.
The actor, like he doesn't look like James Avery at all. But like they switched, they changed these up a little bit.
They changed it up a little bit, yeah. Because in the comedy, that was like a big dynamic. It's like Will making fun of his weight, yeah.
So like that was a lot. They did that a lot on the original.
But it's like it's more so
do the shit. Like let's just not even do the fat shit.
Yeah, it's more so with him now. It's more so the bougie stuff. Like he's the bougie black guy, like basically. So it's more of that type of stuff. Like yeah, okay, like yeah, you got paper. You can't relate to the people. You got money. Like so, it's more of that type of thing with him. Mm-hmm. It's like saying that he's not down. Like you're not down for the cause. You're not down. You're not really down because you're rich. You got a big ass house and you're rich, basically. That's what people keep on coming to him about. But
I would check out the Fresh Prince.
A lot of these rich people
Bel-Air on Peacock.
But don't get twisted with these rich people. A lot of these rich people, how you think they got rich? How you think they made their money? Like yeah, like I live up here now, but I'm from this area.
He got so rich, Daddy Rich.
Like I'm from so and so. Like you know, you may be from whatever, from the block. You know, like you from But don't get it twisted. So
talking about old shows and like Fresh Prince, let's talk about some we were just talking about before we record this. Like you want to talk about like shows that haven't aged well? We were talking. Let's do it.
Why not?
It segues perfectly into that shit for me. It's like yeah. And like I said, the end of Family Matters, Trish Ash. Family Matters is one of those weird shows where it started off, it was bad. Then the middle was like decent. And then at the end, boom, 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 burn. And we're going to run the hell out of this. That's the end of Fresh Prince. The end of all Family Matters.
Yeah, because like it got science fiction theater for whatever reason. They just were obsessed with science on Family Matters. I don't know what was going on, but every episode, Urkel was either in bed, a telepath, a cloning machine,
a
time machine,
all these stupid inventions
a machine that could read your mind. Like he was doing some of everything. Urkel was just out there doing everything. Yeah, you said he was that smart. Why was he still broke? What you said?
Exactly. Why was he still?
You said why was he still broke if he could do all this?
Live with the Winslows because like he moved in with them at one point.
Why didn't he get a Nobel Peace Prize? Like he didn't get like a Nobel Prize or nothing.
It was just dumb and bad, and I don't know.
Then he went to space in the last episode, I think. Wasn't he in space? Wasn't he Gravity? Wasn't he Gravity before Gravity?
It was Gravity. He was Sandra Bullock before that.
Because it was like, like if something happened, like he was going to be trapped in space. Yeah, so he was Gravity before Gravity. He was.
Watching that movie and said, hey, we're going to do a movie about that. Instead of having a nerd, we're going to have Sandra Bullock. Yeah, he was another crap ass show that ended bad. Like let's go down the rabbit hole, kid. You got one? Mine was Family Matters.
Roseanne got really stupid.
Hey.
Roseanne got really like, because I mean, Roseanne was a good show where it basically showed like prior to Roseanne. Like I mean, well, like we did get Married with Children because it did show Married with Children was around the same time as Roseanne. But for the most part, when you look at not being funny, when you look at these white sitcoms, like it was always like the dad is like, I'm an architect, shout out Brady Bunch. The mom is, I'm a housewife and I'm pretty and I wear pearls and I wear a skirt all day. The kids are like, yes, I'm well behaved. The biggest trouble they get into is when Greg drove his car and they said he couldn't drive his car. That was the biggest thing that Greg did.
Well, you said I couldn't drive my car. Those are your exact words.
Those are your exact words. Greg was a douchebag.
Hey, we told you couldn't drive. He's like, yeah, you said I couldn't drive my
car.
Douchebag.
I was driving my friend's car, so technically I didn't drive my car. I think Greg became a lawyer because that's a lawyer talk right there. That's technically.
He was a lawyer. Which is a lawyer and a douchebag.
But yeah, or even like if you look at Growing Pains, like Mike Seaver, yeah, like that. Like, okay. Like all the shows, like they seemed like they were like really straight laced and stuff. So to see somebody who was like lower, like they were like lower middle class.
Yeah, they felt like a working class, like on Roseanne.
Yeah, they may be like a little up from working, but they were like kind of between working and lower middle, like that.
Yeah. She was a waitress, and then Dan was like blue collar. I don't know exactly what he did.
Yeah, he worked like at a garage or something, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
And Roseanne worked in like a factory first before she became a waitress. Remember, like, and then they closed the factory, and then when they got the seven, that's when she went to the restaurant or whatever.
I don't remember.
Like George Clooney was her boss, remember? Like early George Clooney was the boss on Roseanne. Yeah, because they worked at like some type of factory where like they were making minimum wage or whatever. So they were like minimum wage workers or whatever. And then them just trying to navigate, like, okay, like, yeah, you know, we're behind on bills. Like, you know, we can barely keep up with our bills and this and that. Like, you know, they were like showing.
They did the whole small business thing at one point. Like Dan had opened his own bike shop. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Like fixing motorcycles and selling.
And then Roseanne bought into the restaurant with Leon and
her and Jackie started a restaurant like
and then Leon was like their partner.
Kay brought him in later, like
yeah, because they needed when they were like about to tank when they found they were taking. So then Leon
was their boss originally at the old restaurant, and then when they opened their own restaurant, they were losing money. So they bring him in like as a partner, something like that. I forget that. Leon
was a riot. I love Leon. He was a riot. He was hilarious. But
it's stupid. Like when they
like won the lottery and then that didn't happen, and it was like what? So that whole season didn't happen. What?
And Bobby Ewing, that shit. Yeah. Good morning.
Because the stupid thing that always like was stupid to me, like you won the lottery, but you still live in Lanford in that house. Like you won $200 million and you still live in that house. You win $200 million and you still live in your house. You're not.
Exactly.
I went to him. I'm not like I'm leaving everything. Like I'm leaving in the middle of the night. Like if, like the second I win this money, if I win money like that, I'm disappearing because I don't want to be found by nobody. I'm disappearing. Everything that you knew before, my cell phone, I'm throwing it out. This cell phone don't exist no more. I'm getting a whole new number. I'll fall off the grid. But they were in that house still, and that was what was stupid. But it didn't age well at the end. Yeah, it just didn't age well. What's another one to you?
Let's think. Stupid shows that that are pretty bad looking back on. We have Fresh Prince. I'm not. We keep saying Fresh Prince. That's what we kicked it. We have Family Matters. Roseanne. I want to think of shows that started strong but ended like with a whimper and shit. I'm trying to think of something like that. If you have one, let me know.
Whatchamacallit had potential, but then it just pretty much like when I look back, it wasn't a good show. The Parkers wasn't a good show. It wasn't. I'm not.
It was one episode that was amazing. It was an episode when Kim Parker was dating these two radio DJs played by Tone and Jag. And someone blows a kiss at her during the episode like that. That shit was amazing.
It wasn't that good.
Happened. Someone Capone and Shag won the Parkers. That shit is real.
It wasn't. I wish we had the episode, the season episode. We did season 4, episode 29, right, whatever.
It's on Netflix, so y'all can look it up.
It is on Netflix, yeah.
It's on Netflix.
But I mean, it wasn't that good. Like the Parkers, like. I mean, I know like the whole premise of it was like, okay, a new dynamic. It's like, okay, Kim is going to college, but now this time coming along is her mom because her mom
who's a dropout. She dropped out when she had her. She was a young mother. She dropped out of school to have.
So now I'm going back to school, and that's a crazy
that's how
dynamic.
they introduced the character. I think Nikki had gotten her GED. I want to say.
Yeah, she went and got her GED on the Moesha.
I'm going to college too. I think that's how they introduced.
Yeah, that's how they introduced it. Yeah.
She got her GED because I got pregnant.
They were saying, Nikki, you're very smart, Nikki. You gotta think about saying, Nikki, you're very smart. Like, you should consider going to school because you're very smart, Nikki. And Nikki was smart. It was like, yeah, you're very smart. And like, I mean, it was kind of like a back to school kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Because it is a different dynamic.
Hey,
like,
going back to school. Hey.
Oh. Like, I mean, like that is an interesting dynamic, because if you're trying to navigate and be with your friends and stuff, and then your mom is there, you're like, mom, you know, it's kind of like that. So I thought it was going to be that dynamic, but then they made Kim like fucking dumb as hell. Like, Kim was like just super stupid. Like, she's like, oh, and she was just really dumb. Like, she was like Waldo Faldo dumb. That's how she was dumb like that.
Speaking of awful characters, Waldo.
She was Waldo Faldo, or like the dumb girl on Martin.
Waldo, not funny at all.
Or the dumb girl on Martin, Shanice. Yeah, the dumb girl. Cole's girl.
Oh, okay. I told you. Speaking of shows that ended bad, Martin.
Yeah. Well, we get to them in a minute.
Left the show, it became unwatchable. That's a good one.
Yeah, but the Parkers, and then they made Nikki obsessed with the professor. She stalked him, and then he marries her at the end. What? When the episode before he hated her, and then you married her. What? What?
It came out of nowhere and shit. Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm. So she was there, Martin. Martin started off strong.
It had
very strong.
Like 4 seasons were like, especially the first 3 were probably amazing and shit. So, yeah.
I have one thing. My pipes. I'm a man of many wishes. I hope my Gina does the dishes. That's like my favorite. That's like my favorite episode. We did Barnell Hill. That episode was fucking hilarious.
Can you dig it, baby? Can you dig it?
Oh yeah.
When
they first met, when Mari and Gina first met. Mari's on HBO Max, I want to say. I think it's on HBO Max.
Mine is on HBO. Mm-hmm. HBO originally, they syndicated the show.
Oh yeah. Because at the end when they showed the little butterfly thing, they showed HBO at the end. Yeah. It
was like they were involved with the show from the
beginning. Anything with Miss Jerry. Oh, you know, damn tuna. When you show Miss Jerry, you know it's fun.
For the fucking change. Come on, man.
Oh, you know, damn tuna. Miss Jerry.
For the change. That's classic, man.
Well, here's another one. Forever Shade. It's like a dream. See, like the earlier, or when Pam and Gina were trying to be Biggie's backup singer, hilarious.
I was the
hilarious
all-time classic. Yeah. So Martin and Biggie are probably the 2 most famous episodes of that show.
When Martin won the lottery, and then he really didn't. He got $50 a year before taxes.
Yeah, the world's biggest tie, but Martin a bunch of money they didn't have and shit.
Why did he clown? It was only a $2 million prize. Why did he clown though for that? Like, he would have went broke anyway. Like, even if he was just a singular winner, the way he was spending the money, it would have been gone already.
Which people like had a comparison, like, yeah, like which one's better? Like another show that has an age, right? They said Martin or the Jamie Foxx show. I'm like, Martin is like light years better. I said, name your favorite Jamie Foxx show episode. I can't name my favorite. We named about 5 or 6 Martin episodes like that. Said, what's a classic Jamie Foxx episode? Like,
well, going back to Martin, we know what ended the Martin thing, because obviously Tisha Campbell and him, when they had their differences,
the show, like that was the beginning of the end. The writing was on the wall.
Even leading up to that, it's like you could just tell that. Like, their chemistry was off even before she left. Their chemistry was off.
The show was the nail.
And then when she left, then it just plummeted when she left.
Because then they gotta fucking make excuses for her not being there and all of that.
The dumbest one was when she missed the cruise.
Yeah, the Love Boat episode. They had like the Love Boat meets a Thin Line. They had
because it was supposed to be like a promo for Thin Line.
And shit was there to
Yeah, because Martin was promoing, because like that was his directorial debut, right? I want to say at the end line. I want to say Martin directed that.
And then all of the crew on there was characters from the Love Boat.
Yeah, Isaac, Doc,
and Captain Steuben.
And
we're like,
now we're old. We know all the names. We're old.
The Love Boat, you're definitely over 40. God damn it.
The Love Boat. You see black people, Vernay Watson, you knew Isaac was getting some.
Full circle, baby. Thelma Hopkins, yeah, Isaac is getting laid.
Judy Pace.
Yeah.
Isaac is getting laid.
Pam Grier, Isaac is getting laid.
Isaac is getting laid.
You see him board the ship and shit. Ross,
Jane Candy, Isaac is getting laid. These are all bombshells from like the 70s and 80s that we just named. If you guys don't recognize shit. If you guys don't recognize none of those names, they're all bombshells from like the 70s and 80s.
70s sex symbols and shit.
Yeah, all bombshells. Isaac is getting some.
Whenever a black person, a black woman, you knew that the episode was going to be an Isaac Central episode.
Yeah, but that was awful. The Jamie Foxx show, because I can't even think of a good episode of, like, I can think of like characters. Like I did like Silas, Fancy's rich boyfriend, the one with the canary Ferrari. He was funny.
Silas season, that was
but I can't name a particular episode. The one Mark Curry, when he was like the crazy drill sergeant, Mark Curry was funny on there.
The episode, then that's the one.
The crazy drill sergeant. I guess that might be an episode I could think of.
That's the one. Is like, because I couldn't.
You know, Mark Curry. Because Jamie Foxx actually broke character because like when he like was acting and you could see Jamie like when he ran over to Braxton, he's like, oh, he started yelling at Braxton and Jamie turned and he did one of these. And his feet, like you could tell like Jamie just turned because he was about to break character. Like he turned and you could tell he was dying laughing at him.
Jamie Foxx is not in Martin's league. Like stop.
No, it's not.
The
Jamie Foxx show was not that good. It wasn't.
It's not in Martin's league.
It wasn't that good.
Want to shift gears to some other tomfoolery? This is a real thing.
Oh God!
Talk about R. Kelly.
We have to.
Looks, I'm just looking at stories that.
What did he do? Or what didn't he do?
Fired his legal team, and he hired the attorneys for Bill Cosby. This is a real thing. I'm not making this up. R. Kelly just hired Bill Cosby's attorney, Jennifer Bonjean. I think I'm pronouncing. He said, "You got Cosby out of jail. You gonna get me out of jail."
Here's the thing.
I believe
Cosby's deposition should have never been entered into court.
Yes, apples and oranges. The whole thing with Cosby is that was illegal.
Your ass got caught on tape.
Yeah, illegal evidence.
Cosby should have never. His stuff, like I said, not saying that Cosby is innocent. Like all the acquittal means is that I can't prove that you're guilty. I don't have enough evidence to prove that you are guilty.
On that particular case, and the only way they could like bring it to trial was by using that deposition. So the deposition never should have been used.
It should have never seen the light of day. That deposition
should have just expired. And like Cosby, like he's oh well. It's like yeah. Oh well, yeah.
You could tell they was like, man, they were grabbing at straws. Like, man, we about to run out. Here's this deposition. Look at this.
We got 3 days left and shit. Let's go ahead and file it. It's like
no,
something like that was literally like a few days away from expiring. That statute.
Like you can't give somebody. It's like the equivalent of giving somebody immunity and then you renege. You can't give somebody immunity and then renege on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I say I want immunity for something, so and so, and you say okay, we give you immunity, and then I say okay. Yeah, I saw the crime and I know this and this and that. You but okay, now you're accessory. I'm charging you. Said no, you can't charge me with accessory because you just gave me immunity.
Testify against the guy, the real criminal. You can't turn around and then lock me up and
give me accessory. You can't do that.
My testimony, I hand you this dude on the silver platter.
Exactly. That's why people take deals because they're like, okay, rather than me roll my dice and see, and then I get
you can lock me up, but like that he's still gonna be operating like
the big fish is out there.
The right hand man, it's like you don't hit. But if you want him and shit,
you want the big fish because that's what it is.
You gotta let me go if you want it. Like my testimony will bring him down.
Mm-hmm.
That's like why they
gotta get the big fish. You don't want the little pea. You want the queen and the king. Yeah. You don't want the pawns.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
You could be petty and try to like renege, but that's not good business. It's like
it's not.
Mm-hmm. But that motherfucker didn't have to testify. He could have just because he could have did the not snitching rule, just kept his mouth shut, did his time and shit, and then let the big dog keep operating. He could have just kept his mouth shut.
And you would have been scrambling trying to pull enough evidence against the big guy.
I do my time, but I ain't saying shit. Like he could have been that. It's like
because now the big guy knows. I said once the little guy gets caught, the big guy knows. Okay, I gotta really tighten up now because you caught one of mine, but you're not gonna catch me. So now I'm gonna tighten up my shit and make my shit even harder to get. So it's gonna be even harder for you to infiltrate me. It's gonna be even harder. So, but that's dumb. It's like, I mean, I guess at this point he's just trying to get out. He's trying to get out of jail. So that's what it is.
But I saw that.
That's what it is. So
got the others. I got a couple of quick ones if you got any. Yeah.
Nah. What you got?
Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah.
He officially owns Death Row. He bought it. Snoop Dogg is the owner of Death Row Records. Talk about coming full circle and shit. Yeah. The label that originally signed you and now you own the shit.
And now you own it.
Pretty fucking dope and shit. Yeah. I didn't know Death Row was on the market, but Snoop did apparently. So he's on.
He had that money though, because Snoop got endorsements for Corona. He got his own wine because I've seen his wine at the store. He got his Snoop Dogg wine.
Benny's is on the Benny shelves definitely.
Yeah, he got his wine.
He also what's the he's of the creative director of Def Jam, something like that. I want to say over there. Yeah, he has the job that Jay-Z had basically, like Snoop Dogg.
Okay. He had a job with he had an endorsement with Dunkin' Donuts at one point when they released their Beyond Sausage, the plant-based breakfast sausage. Yep, the sandwich. Yep.
Got his own weed and shit, man.
Yo, he got the purple Urkel, the Urkel Kush. Yeah, purple Urkel. So Snoop is out there.
Yeah, when I saw the Death Row, like that's dope. Yeah, he bought the Death, and now Snoop he owns the label Death Row Records. He can bring it back to prominence.
Death Row is a label that pays, man. Yep. Full circle. Now you own it. They paid you. Now you own it.
I own it.
I like it though. I like it.
A little pretty cool story, and I saw Snoop bought it. The Oscar host they bring it back as well too. You saw that?
Oh, okay.
They're gonna have Regina Hall, Amy Schumer, and Wanda Sykes. That's your three hosts. So.
Okay.
Females hosting the Oscars because I get why they bringing them back. So they originally booted them after that Kevin Hart controversy from a few years ago. Remember that? Yeah. Hostless, but the ratings have been tanking for years. And last year was an all-time low. I think that probably had more to do with COVID than not just the host. The host thing probably didn't help and shit either. So they bringing hosts back because the host
and they dropped the ball by not letting Chadwick win posthumously. That was
last year was trash. Yeah.
It's how you gonna change it? And it looked like Chadwick was gonna win. Even Anthony Hopkins was I won.
Yep.
Anthony Hopkins was
they got everybody. Even the whole organizer, they reorganized the show because they just knew Chadwick was gonna win that. So they said, okay, we're gonna do best actor last. Typically they
actor last instead of best picture.
They flipped it because knowing Anthony Hopkins, it was just awkward. It's he wasn't even there. That's what made it even more awkward. All right, we're gonna accept this on Anthony Hopkins' behalf, and then they just roll the credits. That's how the fucking show ended. Yeah, we're gonna.
He wasn't even there. I thought he was there. I thought he was looking confused. He wasn't even there. Oh my god! I didn't watch it.
He's yeah, we're gonna accept this award on behalf of Anthony Hopkins, and the credits just roll. That's how the fucking show ended. Chad was Widow was probably what the fuck? Because he probably saw her like Principal Skinner she was about to stand up. You remember? He probably showed,
yeah.
You were there.
And he walked across the
Anthony Hopkins. She probably was ready to stand up and shit like that because his widow was there and shit and
Yeah, that was dumb.
But it was bad. But they are bringing the hoes back, so that's a little bit hot take. You got any quick ones?
No quick ones. Just ready for the rest of the All-Star. Like I said, we don't have the results of the All-Star game, so
we'll have them. Yeah, we don't.
Go Team LeBron because I want DeRozan to win. So.
Oh, and Helena Hutchins' family is suing Alec Baldwin for wrongful death. So, I saw that coming there. Still no criminal charges against Baldwin. I don't know if there will be, but that's the civil suit they definitely hit.
Yeah,
that one because
because it wasn't. My thing is, it wasn't an intentional thing, but at the end of the day, someone still died.
Yep.
So it has to be something. It has to be some accountability.
A wife and a mother, and somebody lost their wife and lost their mother. So somebody has to be held accountable.
It has to be accountability. Like I said, it wasn't done in malice. It wasn't done intentionally, but
yeah,
someone still died.
The life of people that are out here hurting for real now. Yeah, they lost their mother and their wife, so they hit Alec with that suit. I was like, okay, definitely. But that's all I got. I'll ready to wrap it up.
Yes.
For the damn podcast 247, kid. Like what we're doing, you know what to do. Give us that likety like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking about Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Hit us up on YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices as well. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook. You know how to reach me.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later. I'm gone. You might cut out. Hey, let's get out.